take a good look at this iconic accessory. Today, high heels are almost universally associated with feminine fashion, elegance, and perhaps a touch of glamour. We see them on runways, at red carpet events, and in everyday wardrobes, symbols of grace and sophistication. But what if I told you that for centuries, these elevated shoes were primarily a symbol of masculinity, power, and prestige? Worn by fierce Persian warriors, European kings, and aristocrats, the high heel was once a definitive mark of male status. How did an item once synonymous with male power and practicality on the battlefield completely transform into a defining statement of female fashion? Get ready to step into a surprising journey through the hidden history of the high heel. Our story begins not on a fashion runway, but on the dusty plains of 10th century Persia. This is where the earliest evidence of heeled footwear emerges, designed for a very practical, very masculine purpose. Persian cavalry soldiers wore heels to secure their feet in stirrups, giving them better balance and a more powerful, stable platform for firing arrows from horseback. It was about stability, control, and deadly precision. The heel then made its grand entrance into Europe in the early 17th century, not through conquest, but through diplomacy. Persian envoys visiting European courts brought with them not just exotic goods and political overtures, but also their distinctive heeled boots. European aristocrats, ever eager to emulate the latest foreign trends and signal their own status, quickly took notice. No one embodied this trend quite like King Louis XIV of France, the Sun King. Standing at a modest 5 feet 4 inches, Louis used heels, often strikingly high and painted red, to add stature and project an aura of authority. He even decreed that only members of his court could wear red heels, turning them into an exclusive symbol of his favor and the highest social standing. These were not shoes for peasants. The impracticality of high heels meant only the wealthy elite could afford them. Walking through muddy streets or working in fields while teetering on an elevated sole was impossible. So heels became a clear, visible sign of leisure, wealth, and power. A man who didn't need to do manual labor. The higher the heel, the higher the status. They gave men an imposing gait, a commanding presence, literally elevating them above the common folk. This wasn't just about height. Heels also accentuated the calf, a symbol of masculine strength and virility at the time. Men's heels were typically broader, sturdier, and often featured decorative elements that emphasized their wearer's virility and military prowess. For nearly 2 centuries, heels were undeniably a man's world. But, as with all fashion, change was inevitable. The late 18th century brought seismic shifts in European society. The French Revolution and the Age of Enlightenment ushered in an era that championed rationality, practicality, and democratic ideals. Elaborate aristocratic fashion, including powdered wigs and high heels, became synonymous with the despised old regime. Men, eager to distance themselves from perceived decadence and embrace a more rational and functional masculinity, abandoned heels. They opted for flat-soled boots and sensible shoes, marking what historians call the Great Masculine Renunciation, a move towards practical, understated attire that still influences men's fashion today. As men stepped away, women stepped in. In the 18th and 19th centuries, women began to adopt heels, initially as a way to appropriate masculine elements of power and fashion. Over time, as men's heels vanished, women's heels evolved, becoming slender, more delicate, and increasingly associated with overt femininity. The very impracticality that once signaled a man's status now emphasized a woman's supposed fragility and ornamental role. What started as a functional tool for warriors became a flamboyant symbol of status for kings, then a repudiated emblem of aristocracy, only to be reclaimed and completely redefined by women. It's a fascinating example of how an object's meaning can be entirely flipped by cultural context. From battlefields to ballrooms, the high heels journey is a striking reminder of how fluid and surprising fashion history can be. It constantly redefines what is considered masculine or feminine, what signifies power, and what simply looks good. The next time you see a pair of high heels, remember their hidden past. They're not just about style. They carry centuries of shifting power dynamics, gender roles, and unexpected cultural evolution. What other fashion items, seemingly fixed in their identity, have completely flipped their gender association throughout history? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Next on Hidden Surprising History, we discover how a single, distant volcanic eruption plunged the entire world into the year without a summer. Prepare for a global climate catastrophe that shaped civilizations. If this surprised you, hit that like button, share this video with a friend who loves history, and subscribe so you don't miss our next surprising story.